guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and today's video is going to be very exciting. It's another blush video. I wanted to do this one for a while. I just wanted to hold off on it for a bit just because I did put up my blush collection declutter and then I put up my 10 affordable blushes. I have yet to do a high-end one, my top 10 like high-end ones, but I thought this would be a lot more fun first. I just get to talk about a variety of blushes and just kind of give you my thoughts on them. Alright, let's go ahead, and tag has been going around. The one that I kind of took a little bit from was from Emily Noel, like way back in the day, and then Jessica Braun's video. But I mean, this video has been going around for years. Get into the video, I hope you consider subscribing and just hit that like button to let me know you're liking my content, and don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram. I usually like to give sneak peeks on what I'm filming or what I'm putting up next, or just any random thing about makeup and beauty and all that stuff. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I did 20 different prompts. I have them all written down because if not it gets confusing. So let's go ahead and get started because it's going to be a long one probably. The first one is going to be best packaging, and to me, of the blushes that I have or currently own, is going to be from Jouer, and this one in particular, well, this is the only one that I have, is the Darling one, and I love the packaging just on the outside. I wanted to show you the outside first before I went to the inside, but this is raised, so beautiful, and then you have the same thing on the inside, and that is so beautiful, like that beautiful flower filigree. And then you have the two blushes here. And then you have the two blushes. You have Embrace Me and Love Me. And they're both shimmery, satiny, and they're both very light. They do have a variety of colors and duos, but this is definitely the one that I chose to use first. I mean, to try out first. I do enjoy this, and it's a very good formula. Like I said, these are shimmery and satin, but they have some matte ones. They have ones for deeper skin tones. So it's just something, finding what speaks to you and what you like. But definitely the packaging is some of the prettiest, and their bronzer too. I have their bronzer duo. So beautiful. Alright, next up is going to be the prettiest color. And the prettiest color that I own, I'm going to show you a swatch of it, is going to be from M Cosmetics, and the shade is Venetian Rose. Obviously, I have to show you a swatch because that's what it's about. And I just love the packaging too. It's so cute. But this is the color. I think it is just so pretty. It kind of encompasses everything that I like, which is like a nude, a mauve. And it's really pigmented. And I can wear this over powder or under powder and then set it with powder. But it's so pretty. And it does make you look very healthy. Definitely has that glow. So if you have dry skin, it's definitely, you're gonna definitely love it just because it gives you that dewy, fresh look. So yes. All right, next up after that is going to be my everyday color, and I have two just because it's a drugstore one, and then I have a high-end one. But I love both, and I think they're both beautiful, equally beautiful, and they're just equally for everyday, any type of look, anything. So first one up I have is Seychelles, and then I have right here, show you, that's Seychelles right there. It definitely has like a little bit of a mauve undertone, just a tad, but like not really. Okay, not really. So Seychelles is definitely a neutral blush, but it's like matte but satin at the same time, and it looks so beautiful on your cheeks. Like, it makes them look so natural, gives you that little extra glow without being too much, and I absolutely love it because it's not shimmery at all. The other one that I absolutely love is kind of similar to that, as in has that satiny color, I mean the satiny formula, and it's Burt's Bees Toasted Cinnamon. And I know that this one's very deep for a lot of people, especially who are fair skin, but they have a variety of shades. But this is definitely like my everyday, like this one, perfect everyday. I don't have to think about it, just throw it on, and whatever eye look I want to go with, or no eye look, doesn't matter. Or it's going to be most pigmented, and out of the ones that I have, a lot of them are pigmented, but what I'm referring to in this case is the color, and this one's from CoverGirl. Now this one is only something that I would use during the summer because it has that burnt summery orangey shade. As you can see, it's definitely pigmented. Now I have definitely a lot of, like I said, blushes are definitely more pigmented, like not as far as like the color, but definitely on there you can build them up even more and it'll work fine. But this one I meant in reference to the color. Now you can share it out, but this is definitely meant someone with a deeper skin tone. But I just love the color so much that I wanted to pick it up. And it is a matte formula, just to let you know, and they do have more shades, but this is the one that, whew, look at that, like bam in your face. 5 is going to be the least pigmented, and that one goes to the Milani Berry Rays Color Harmony Blush Palette. This one is subtle. This is a subtle blush, and this was discontinued, but it's a beautiful subtle blush, and I do enjoy that it's like not so pigmented because you can swirl it and it just looks very pretty and flush on your skin. But definitely, like when you swatch it, doesn't really give you a lot of punch or anything like that. But definitely it's still beautiful, and I really like it. It's not a matte formula, it's more like a satin formula. Number 6 is going to be regret purchasing, and I definitely regret purchasing this Milani Cheek Kiss liquid blush. I just feel like it's supposed to be the nude flush, which is just a nudie color, but once I blend it out, I feel like it just blends away, and I just never been enticed to really try it. Maybe I should give it a second chance to see how I like it, but when I tried it out, I didn't like it. I just felt once I blended out everything away, it just blends out. It does look like a pretty color there, but like something I would enjoy, but it just blended out. So I'm thinking about giving it a second chance. If not, next year when I do another declutter series, it's definitely gonna have to say bye-bye. Number 7 is least used, and the least used that I have in my collection is this Becca Tiger Lily, and that is a very bright color. And I do enjoy the formula, but just the color, it's too bright and it's too pink, and I don't know why I keep it in my collection. Like, look at that. That is not something that I wear. And I think this is definitely intended for more deep to dark skin tones, medium skin tones. Good formula, but it's just not my shade. And it has like a little bit of a flip to a gold or something in there, but definitely not my shade. Now, for the summer, I don't know if I would enjoy it, so I'm not sure, but definitely least used. Number 8 is going to be most used, and that would definitely have to go to my Essence Satin Touch Blush in Satin Love, because look at that. Like, I could actually probably hit pan on this eventually, and I would repurchase it because it's so beautiful. Now I know this isn't available on Ulta.com anymore or in Ulta stores, but you can pick it up on SF's website, and their shipping's like $15, so you could definitely pick up a couple of Essence different things and just get it shipped to you. And this is definitely something that you should pick up if you haven't, because it is such a perfect color. It's so beautiful. It's definitely an everyday shade also, but I just love it, and the formula is so good. It's like that my perfect satin formula, and that's my favorite kind, satin. Okay, number 9 is I combine two, like favorite blush brand or favorite blush from a favorite brand, and I love a lot of these blushes that I'm mentioning. However, these from Persona are so good. They only have 2, so I just decided to kind of clump them together, and it's mauve and caramel. I mean mauve. Caramel is the mauve and Georgia is the peach. And I love the packaging too. It's so simple and chic. But the formulation on these is so amazing. So again, they wanted to do a matte, but a not flat matte, and so that also it wouldn't accentuate texture. And they're so beautiful. She chose such perfect colors to start with, and I cannot wait for her to have more shades. I'm so excited. It's most practical, and this would definitely have to go to my e.l.f. Primer Infused blushes. And the reason that they're most practical is because they're pigmented, they're long wearing, and they have so many colors, so it's not something you have to think about what would match with what. They have I only have 4 colors of the ones that I have like 6 or 7, but they just to me they're the most practical, and they're just super affordable and accessible too. Now a lot of the shades you do have to purchase online, but there's just thank you, Jesus. But they're just so pretty. I just love them, and I feel like they're just, you don't have to think about it when you use these blushes. Even if you apply a little bit too much, you can always just blend it a little bit, blend it into your skin. It just works out perfectly, and I love these blushes, and this is what I've been using a lot. Well, for Shop My Stash, I put these in there, and I've been loving them. Least practical would have to go to this Patrick Ta blush, and I was kind of confused by the practical part, but what I mean is like you have to kind of find a way to work with it, and the reason is, oh, it's in the shade She's Seductive. This is the darkest shade that he has in the monochrome moment blushes, and it's the deepest one, and I can't imagine working with the lighter ones, and it just, with the first swipe, it's a very hard pressed formula and it doesn't show up, but when it does, it's very beautiful. You just kind of really have to work with it, which is why I don't think that it's a very practical brush. It's not something you can just like throw on and go. No, you have to kind of sit there and work with it, but once you do, it is a beautiful blush, but you just have to know that you have to kind of work with it for a little bit. But I really do enjoy the color, and it's really beautiful, and I just want to throw out there, it's not something easy to work with. Like you can just grab and go like the e.l.f. ones. Number 12 is most expensive, and the most expensive blush that I have are my Cover FX blushes. I have two, Warm Honey and Soft Peach. Those are the only two that appealed to me, but this is Warm Honey, and it's more of that neutral color. They're very pigmented blushes, but definitely $38. I got it for half price, so $17, and I loved it. But definitely expensive, and at $38, is it worth it? No. Especially because Ulta has had it in its 21 days of beauty sale, and that's when I would recommend you pick it up. But for $38, honestly, that's just too much when I have other blushes that I love more, and I do love this blush. I really do enjoy using it, but for $38, no, that's a lot. Okay, least expensive, it's going to go to another, like, Essence blushes. I mean, Essence blushes in general are $2.99, so definitely the least expensive, but the one I picked out to show you is called Bespoke, and it's another very beautiful satiny neutral toned everyday color. Like, these are my colors. But definitely very inexpensive, and such a great formula for such an affordable price. Like, if you haven't picked any of these up to try, you need to. They actually have more of a variety of colors in the blush. So because the Satin Touch formula, they only had two, but this one has four, so I think you could definitely find something that you could work with, and it builds up. So I love these. Number 14 is the longest wearing, and this one also goes to my e.l.f. Primer Infused Blushes. It's that primer infusion that helps it last so long. I've been doing my my blush has been this for the since October. I'll link that video up here on my October stash video. And they last so long. I usually do my makeup around what, like 7 in the morning, and I don't take it off until like almost 12 hours later, and usually 12-hour day is usually the longest I will go. They last the entire time as beautifully as when I first put it on, and I usually been combining the different shades, and the great thing about these is that they have a variety of shades that you can use for fall, summer, or whenever you want, different skin tones that can use them. So, and they're buildable also, so you can always build them up if you think that's too light of a shade. Beautiful blushes and long wearing. Alright, number 15 is Best Blush Palette, and I think that goes to my Beauty Bakery Cotton Candy Champagne palette. Look how cute this is. I mean, starting with the packaging, how beautiful. Look at that little fluffs of cotton candy. And then you open it up and you have these four beautiful shimmery shades. And that's the shade right there. So beautiful. And I love them. They don't, to me, they don't emphasize texture, but I don't really have a lot of texture, or any actually. Fortunate for that. All I have is my pores, and do I feel like that accent my pores if I put it too close to this part where I have the largest pores? A little bit, but I usually keep blush from here to here, and I don't let it really touch this part of my face when I do my makeup. And I've been enjoying doing that different way. I definitely take my blush up higher. I tend to take it all the way up into my hairline. I just think that flatters me more. So for these, especially shimmery blushes, that's what I tend to do. Just keep it over here and keep that pop of color right here. But the formula is so beautiful. like beautiful, beautiful formula and beautiful shades that do complement different skin tones, and they are pigmented. So if you're of a lighter complexion, you will have to, you know, just kind of just lightly tap and go from there. But beautiful, I love it, and look how cute it is. I've been wanting it for so long, and finally I just decided to pick it up. I love it. Alright, let's see after that. My newest blushes are actually, so I have two new blushes, and one is from The Balm and the other one's from LA Girl. And actually, if you look at them, they look kind of, well, no, not really similar, but definitely of those everyday colors, which is what I like to start with when I'm trying out formulas. And this one is the Balm Desert, and this one is just Playful. This I got on sale at Kohl's. If you follow my Instagram, I showed that. And I got such a good deal. So if you have a Kohl's near you, go check it out. And then this one, I think this is such a beautiful one. I had one that I had gotten on sale for like $2. And I mean, they're $5.99, so they're not super expensive either. And it was discontinued. I forgot what shade it was, but it was so beautiful and I couldn't wait to try it. And then one day I was trying to film with it or something, I don't know what happened, and it fell and it broke. I was so sad because I didn't even get to use it once, and I couldn't, like, it's not like it broke inside here to where I could repress it. It broke all over the floor, so I had to just sweep it up and throw it away. But I'm excited to actually try LA Girl blushes. I've been wanting to try their blushes for a very long time, and yep, here we go. Alright, oldest. I'm pretty sure this is my oldest because I don't have any of the older blushes I used to use, which were like the Physicians Formula, like the little different swirly Happy Mood, and then they had just mosaic ones. Those are the ones that I absolutely used to love using. But I think this is the one that I got after those, and this is from Milani. This is Luminoso, of course, old school vibes, also combining all into one. And of course, we all know and love the Luminoso, and if you haven't tried it, you need to try it. This is such a beautiful color, a beautiful formula. They have other shades in this. If you don't like this like peachy color, there's a ton of other shades that you can just try out. Definitely such a good hit, such a good one. Goodie but an oldie but a goodie. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, to me the most overrated and hyped up product blush that I have in my collection is Heaven's Glow blushes from M Cosmetics. Like, I had waited months and months to try it. When I finally tried it, I was kind of let down. I feel like I just hyped it up too much in my head, which is kind of why I let it me down. But I want to retry it just to kind of have no expectations and just to be like, let me try this blush. I need to work with it. I need to use it. I purchased it. I spent my good hard-earned money on it, and it was an expensive blush. I love the packaging though. The packaging is so beautiful, but I want to try it again just to have an open mind and make sure that I can try it. But definitely the most overrated. It was $34, and a lot of people loved it, which is why I decided to pick it up. But to me, it was kind of like, meh. But again, I'm just gonna go in with no expectations and just be like, I need to try this blush and see what it looks like. Hopefully that helps me keep an open mind for it. Okay, my underrated, least hyped products to me, like blush products, are going to be my ColourPop pressed powder blushes. I feel like no one talks about ColourPop pressed blushes, and they're so good, and I just feel like they don't get enough love. I mean, I know ColourPop gets enough love, but this particular product does not. You guys know that I have a ton of them. I mentioned them in my 10 best affordable blushes. I'll link that video in the cards. These are just the ones that I pulled out just to show you. This is a Kathleen Lunar Has It, and this one's the Coast to Coast from their Mauve collection. They have such a variety of them, and they're so pretty. I don't know if they're in stock right now. The last time I checked for that video, a lot of them were out of stock, but if you happen to make a ColourPop order, I would say go ahead and pick a shade out that suits you or that, you know, draws you in, and try them. They're such a good formula. All of them are, all the original ColourPop pressed blushes are matte, but a couple of the Kathleen ones in the cute packaging, a couple of them are like shimmery satin ones. This one's definitely more of a satin one, but it's not like a dry matte, so definitely try them out. So it just depends on your preference and on the color that draws you in. Number 20 and the last one. This one is something that I kind of added in because I did want to give a mention to these two products. Is the most skin-like, the looks more natural. It's just so beautiful. Like once you put it on, you actually like, wow. I have two. I have a cream and I have a powder. Let me pull it out. So one is from Nabla and the other one is from Tower 28. Now this one I put into my Shop My Stash just to get more use of it and to be able to do a review on it. But I think twice, I've used it twice, and from what I can see, it is so skin-like and so beautiful. That is the color, and this is the shade Independence. Such a beautiful, this formula, the skin glazing formula from Nabla, so beautiful. I will do more of an in-depth review when my speed reviews video is up in the next couple weeks, but definitely have more to say on it, and I'll definitely say more on that one. I'm not sure if this one will be up before that. I'm not sure of the order of the videos that I will put it up, but definitely it is such a beautiful product. They do have more shades, they have highlighters in this formula, and they have the bronzers. You could not go wrong with picking up this formula. It is chef's kiss. And the other one that I have is from Tower 28. I love the packaging on both, but this is so cute. And this is the shade Magic Hour. Again, this is a cream formula, but it is just, hold on, so magical on your eyes. Oh, so magical on your cheeks. And they're actually kind of similar now that I look at them. They're very similar colors. They're so beautiful. It blends out beautifully on your skin. Yeah. So that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I felt like I tried to make it as fast as possible because it was 20 prompts and I didn't want to be here for a long time. I could talk about these products forever because I love blush, but I didn't want to be here and keep you forever. I just wanted to give you like a quick touch and go, and definitely you know which ones I would recommend and which ones I wouldn't. I had a lot of fun filming this video and preparing for it because I had my little list and I always do that when it's prompts and tag videos because it just makes it easier to organize and to make sure that is that really where I think it belongs. If you wanted me to do more of these videos with other products, my highlighters, my bronzers, my lip products, what else? Foundations, whatever, just let me know down below in the comments and I will be more than happy to because this is such a fun tag. Yeah, but with that, we are done. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.